Hi, welcome to my video here. And today I'll be showing you another build which represents the free Frenchmen, as even though their own land has been occupied by the fearless Germans, their own civilians shall not let go their own dignity. So, here's Paris, which me and my friends worked very hard on. So, as we can see, very big details here. But let's go around the city from so first, we have some benches everywhere, basically. We have a musical instrument, which is quite popular, which I don't know what the name is. Here's some newspapers. And a couple buildings around. Not really that much. Since it's really that quite simple, but not really though. So, as we'll go up. But wait! Here's the fact. There is an elevator here, which is pretty weird for elevators to run up like that, but it's alright, so. And once you get in, then just imagine that getting transferred there, so. Yeah, it's alright. So let's just go up here. Now, across here, this is mostly a restaurant, but particularly a champagne bar. And of course, we have a little setup here for our dear singers. And pretty fancy here. And when we go out here, we have a little balcony to see the good old view. Not really though, but yeah, it's a good old view. But there's another one. When we go over here, you come across a ladder. So let's go up here. Boom! Up here. Up here is telegraph. So what the telegraph does is it communicates other French, and also it listens to radio operations from, well, whoever knows of which broadcast. And we have a camera here, which my dear friend actually made this. Oh, sorry there. All right. And when you're like sitting down, when you're an operator, just grab some headphones and just pop out some switches like this, and then you just contact with this device here. But there's more. Once we go up here, which I didn't make ladder before, but it's okay. We have come across an apartment. Not really though, since space is very tiny, but very comfortable for some rests, but very dangerous high up here. Well, once we go far up, we come across the final point of the Eiffel Tower, which has a white flag, which represents the surrender of France, which lasted several hours, which is pretty decent. Yeah. Alright, let's go down. And as we can see, this is the whole monument of Paris, which represents their own dignity and willing to win World War II. And also, here is the outfit that I'm wearing. This outfit comes from one of the French resistant fighters during World War II. Even though they have fallen in 1940, the civilians would not give up against the Germans. So what they would do is they would collect some. They would basically collect any item that they will have, like their own militaries, the police, and of course other Germans also, which they'll mostly capture and gather and scavenge their weapons, like the MP40, the Kar 98, and sometimes the MG42 or 38. And they also use helmets, but not frequently though. So they rely on berets or any kind of hat that they have during that then. So yeah, this is pretty much it to show, which almost took several hours to make. But good thing with the help of my friends, they have truly appreciate of how this masterpiece will last. So Good luck.